weighing in at 242 pounds, main event, Jey Uso!
So this is why the advantage is so important inside War Games. Two men are going to start. The rest of the team are going to be locked in these shark cages in the entranceway. At regularly scheduled intervals, a man is going to be released into the ring. If you win this match, you get the advantage, which means you'll have a teammate join you. So you'll at first have a 2-on-1 advantage. Eventually, you'll have a 3-on-2 advantage, so on and so forth, until all 5 men from each team are in the ring and the match officially begins. So you can do a lot of damage with the advantage before the match even starts.
Yeah, that's the key to this one. Use the advantage well. You can beat the hell out of your opponents more than they can beat the hell out of you before the match even starts, making your path to victory that much easier.
So Drew McIntyre, who blames Jey Uso in the bloodline for him not being the undisputed champion today, said that every time I see you, I will drop you. And why did he decide to join Judgment Day at War Games? Because Rhea Ripley gave him the opportunity, and this is a quote, to get Jey Uso inside a cage. Now main event, Jey Uso fighting back against McIntyre. He wanted this match tonight. Said that Drew has made his life living hell since he's come over to Monday Night Raw. Listen, Wade, you can understand both sides of the story here. A lot of what Drew McIntyre says makes sense. Oh, what a kick by McIntyre.
I absolutely understand what McIntyre is saying, but that's only 50% of the battle in this matchup. Of course, he wants to get even with Jey Uso, but key to getting even with Jey Uso in War Games is winning that advantage, getting the opportunity for your team to be 2-on-1 against your opponents, 3-on-2 against your opponents, ultimately 5-on-4 against your opponents before that match even starts, Cole.
I think what a lot of people are saying about McIntyre is, get over it already. Jey Uso has made amends, despite what McIntyre said earlier today about...
No, stop that right now. It's not on you to tell McIntyre when to get over the trauma he's had to endure over the past 12-plus months because of people like Jey Uso. Yes, it was right that Jey Uso apologized. Drew McIntyre did not have to accept it, and he hasn't.
Well, and here's the thing, and Drew McIntyre does not lie, and a lot of what he said does make sense, but he did fib a bit earlier tonight. And here's the cover by McIntyre for the War Games advantage. He said that Jey Uso never apologized to anybody. That's not the case. Jey Uso has apologized to a lot of people since coming over to Monday Night Raw. He apologized to Sami Zayn a couple of weeks ago for what he did in the past.
You tell me, you pinpoint me when in history Jey Uso went up to Drew McIntyre, looked him in the eye and said, I am sorry for what I did to you over the past 2+ years. You find me that moment, Michael Cole. I'll give you a clue. Don't bother. It doesn't exist. A catch-all apology to the entire locker room is simply not good enough.
Revisionist history.
I'm not revising anything. I'm telling you the truth.
Uso now. And down goes McIntyre. Main event, Jey Uso in control. The question is McIntyre ever given Jey Uso the opportunity to apologize?
It's not up to McIntyre. It's up to Jey Uso to knock on McIntyre's door and make things right. He never did that, Cole. I completely understand where McIntyre comes from.
No use arguing with you. McIntyre face first off the post. Uso's got control of this Survivor Series advantage match. This is about having the advantage in the War Games match at Survivor Series Saturday. Drew McIntyre has joined the Judgment Day team. Jey Uso, Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn will be on the other team, along with another member that will be added later on tonight. Cody Rhodes said that he, reached an agreement with someone. We're not quite sure who that is.
Yeah, and this advantage, we talked about your opportunity in the War Games matchup with the advantage to play the numbers game. It's even more crucial here because both teams, if you look closely, have fractures all over them, okay? Cody, Seth, I don't know if they really trust each other. Damian Priest, Drew hate each other. One of those teams is gonna implode and in all likelihood, it's going to be the team that does not have the advantage.
And that's what's to be determined in this match tonight, McIntyre versus Jey Uso. In that matchup, only Jey Uso and Sami Zayn on the same team have ever been in a War Games match. Both victorious last year when they were part of the Bloodline.
I don't know how much benefit being in a War Games match previously will give you.
Crossbody lateral press on McIntyre and a kick out. Jey this close to winning the advantage for his team.
Jey Uso tapping into that main event level he's become accustomed to. You're going to need to hit that, maybe more if you're going to put away McIntyre.
A steel cage will surround 2 rings at Survivor Series. Here's Jey Uso, runs into a right hand by McIntyre.
Nice forearm to the jaw, timed perfectly by McIntyre, playing a little possum there. And Jey Uso ate all of that.
Anything goes inside War Games. You only win via pinfall or submission.
Absolute monster of a human being. McIntyre looks bigger every time he appears on TV.
Can you imagine what McIntyre is going to be capable of inside the War Games structure?
Well, this is a different McIntyre from even Crown Jewel a couple of weeks ago. Drew, I think, looked at himself in the mirror, realized, I don't like what I saw, don't like how I responded at times at Crown Jewel. I need to take the gloves off, and they are off for good now.
And he blames Jey Uso in the Bloodline for not being the undisputed champion today. He's going to make Uso pay. He's going to force him to suffer. He's going to punish Jey Uso. And again, McIntyre is not a part of the Judgment Day. He made that really clear earlier tonight. He just wanted to take Rhea up on the opportunity to be locked inside a cage with this man he despises, Jey Uso.
Jey Uso and his family with a spark that ignited this rage inside of McIntyre.
Come on, Jey. Come on, Jey. What you got for me? Come on, Jey. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
This has got to be cathartic in a way for Drew McIntyre.
You know what you did. You know this was coming.
Oh, and Jey Uso will not take it lightly.
It's a problem when your mind unravels in that ring.
Oh!
Against someone the caliber of Jey Uso, you take your eye off the prize, and the prize is winning the advantage for your team at War Games. And McIntyre talked a little too much smack there, as cathartic as it may have been.
Yeah, now Jey Uso with an opportunity to try to rally here in this ever-important matchup. Jey Uso said earlier tonight, I tried to make amends. Drew McIntyre won't have it. So I'm going to take him out tonight. Shoulder to the midsection of McIntyre. And again, Jey Uso.
I think both of their respective teams.
Oh! Glasgow kiss!
Both of their respective teams are watching on. Nerves are frayed right now. They know their destiny lies in the hands of these two men and the result of this matchup.
Yeah, being able to have a 2-on-1 advantage, a 3-on-2 advantage, a 4-on-3 advantage before the War Games match ever begins. And now Drew McIntyre with Jey Uso in his arms. McIntyre dropping Jey on the announce table.
That's a yeet.
Who's going to get the advantage at Survivor Series?